Hey guys, so it has been 3 weeks. Yesterday was 3 weeks since I got my second Moderna shot, and I am on day 2 of my period. So, talking about periods, so if you don't want to hear about periods, just don't watch. Um, there have been some effects on my period, but not drastic. Not enough to be worried about, not enough for me to have to go to a doctor about. But I'm on day 2, and yesterday I started with day 2 level flow and day 2 cramping, which is unusual because day 2 is my heavy day. So, I had what I usually see on the second day of my period, which is, a lot of blood and a lot of clots down in the bottom of the toilet. If you menstruate, you know. You know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, basically it looks kind of like the jelly you spread on your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I hope no one's eating. But, I was passing clots that are like as big as my thumb, and I was having some pretty big ones, but the cramping was what really kicked my butt. And I'm still having cramping right now, but it's not as bad, but it's still aggravating. Um, but every time I'd go to the bathroom, my cramps would just go through the roof. And going to the bathroom aggravates them normally anyway, but like this was like way bad. Like they were keeping me awake, and usually I can just go to sleep and forget about them, and then they're less bothersome in the morning. But this time they were keeping me awake last night. And then today I woke up and I was still bleeding, kind of heavy, heavy period stuff, just like my day 2. Because my first day of my period, it tends to be kind of light, just like a little bit here and there, and like blood stains on the toilet paper and stuff. And I might see a clot or two. And then the second day is when it floods down. And then the third day, it's back to a little bit heavier than day 1. And then it lightens up. And then it's just kind of a bit of discharge now and then. And then it's gone. So today's day 2. And, earlier today, I was having some pretty big clots. Not turning the toilet bowl red like I was yesterday. That kind of scared me a bit. But today, I had one instance where the toilet bowl was red, and then there was the clots in the bottom, and then it's just clots in the bottom. So it seems like my flow is starting to calm down, and the fact that it's got clots is a good thing, because that means the blood is clotting and not just flowing freely like that time when I had an allergic reaction a long time ago to medicine that I took. So yeah. And my flow is calming down, and if I'm still having the same amount of flow tomorrow, I'm gonna worry a bit. But the fact that it seems to be not every single time I go to the bathroom, because I will push and try to get stuff out so I don't get those surprise gushes, and I've not been like flooding every single time. So after I took a shower, it seems like it's slowed down, and showers can slow down your period a little bit. So if I'm going to go to bed and I'm still flooding, I might be worried, but right now I'm not, because it seems to be calming down, and like my cramps are calming down, which the cramps was worrying me more than the amount of blood. So, yeah. So I did experience menstrual effects with the Moderna shot, but I started my period 3 weeks to the day from when I got my shot, and my period tracker app caught it right on the money this time. Last time I was like 3 days late, but I tend to go between like 29 and 31 days or something like that. I know I mentioned the number, but I'm bad at numbers, but my cycle tends to swing. So I was right on time, like clockwork this time. I was just surprised by it a little bit, but I was ready for it. So yeah. And I'm not concerned about fertility because I don't intend to have kids. So, like, if it destroyed my ovaries, I wouldn't care. I just don't want to bleed to death. Not that you would. I don't think anybody's in danger of bleeding to death. It's just your period might be heavier. And also, if you get your period right after the shot, it might be heavier and way more painful because it might affect like platelets and stuff. You have to look it up. But yeah, I'm one of them. But I'm not scared. I'm not worried about it. It's just I'm keeping an eye on it. So I really don't have anything else to talk about with the vaccine. You know, my lymph nodes, they're still kind of swollen, but it's more from water retention from my period than anything, because they don't feel firm. They feel kind of like water balloons, you know, like they're gonna deflate. So, you know, I'm not worried about it. The ones in my neck are there. There's one in my boob that always likes to kind of blow up and then it goes down again. So, you know, and then under my arms are fine. I shave my armpits. Not that you can tell, but yeah, that lymph node's still a little bit angry, but this one, not so much. But they're also swollen because of water. When you menstruate, you retain water because your body's preparing to lose water. So drink up. Drink water. Drink extra water on your period. You should. Drink more water. Anyway. So I really don't have any more updates about this, but you know, if I do have news like my period doesn't calm down or something, you know, I will update again. But as of now, I'm gonna call it done. So, you know, got my Moderna shots and I'm okay. You know, I'm just dealing with some stuff, but I'm okay, and it's not gonna like threaten my life. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Get vaccinated.